What is going on in here? Can you see me? Ah. Well, how about now? Can you see my nail? Well, welcome back to the Honda Resource. And today we got another sponsor video from our sponsor, MaXpeedingrods. We got a new throttle body for a new project. We're gonna be working on gonna be a K20 all-wheel drive EK. Eventually. So in all seriousness, we did get a new throttle body for our K20 intake manifold for the new project. MaXpeedingrods sells this throttle body, and I think it's like $75 free shipping. But with our discount code YEET1, which is right here, you can put that in, you'll get an extra 15% off. Also, free shipping. Can't beat that. $75 minus 15%. I don't know what that math is right off the top of my head, but you can't beat that price for a 70 mil throttle body shipped to your door. I have already opened this up, and I think I misplaced some of the packaging, but it comes well packaged. It had a customer service card in here and all that stuff, but you'll get the throttle body. You can see it's a nice unit. It looks really nice, right? Boop, boop, boop. So, got a good throttle wheel. And it's got a spot for the aisle air control valve here. It's got a spot for the map sensor, the evap, and also your TPS. Also in the box, let's set this to the side. Also in the box, you'll get a gasket. All right. And you'll get 4 bolts. Oh, dang it. You'll get 4 bolts, 4 washers, and it also comes with 4 nuts, but I don't really know why you would need those nuts because MaXpeedingrods intake manifold is already tapped for the bolts. So just discard those nuts that come with it. So let's take it over here to our intake manifold and see what we got going. All right, so again, this is an intake manifold for a K20 A2 or K20 Z3 that has the water outlet on the side of the head rather than the front. If you had one for the front, you'd have to trim it. So we got our throttle body, and now we're going to get it mounted up. We'll show you how I go about installing this. All right, so first off, the bolts that come with it and your gasket, you just make sure that the gasket goes right on the back of it, just like so. And then the bolts would just go through here. All right. And they bolt right up. Now, I'm not going to bolt this all the way up yet because I want to put the sensors on. I'm just going to show you guys that it does bolt right up to our intake manifold. Now, all these bolts right here are Allen, and they're 6mm. So if you're trying to figure out what size that is, that's what size it is. All right. So anyway, it's got 4 bolts. Obviously don't have all of them in right now, so it's got the 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one would go right there. All right. And then, but right now I'm going to take it off to go ahead and put on our aisle air control valve and our other couple sensors up here. All right, so these sensors that I'm putting on here actually came off of a K20 A2. Let's see. So this is the aisle air control valve. I used the factory K20 A2 gasket, the K20 A2 aisle air control valve, and the K20 A2 bolts here. Let's see if I can get this to bolt up just right. I have to do something different with these screws because those screws are a little bit long. I may just have to go down to Home Depot or something and get some shorter screws. All right, because you can see those didn't quite tighten down all the way. Still got, and they bottomed out. So I will look up the thread pitch for those and see what we got going. And hopefully we can pass along the information about what size you need to get. But otherwise, it does feel like this is a direct fit for the aisle air control valve. All right. And then, so since the aisle air control valve bolts are too long, I'll just go ahead and stick the throttle body back onto the intake. And that way we can put on our map sensor and the evap. Hopefully the bolts aren't too long for that too. Pretty straightforward though. Just these 4 bolts. They bolt it to the intake. And we're ready to go. Alright. So then the map sensor will go here. One problem I see with that is the hole is a little bit small for the stock map sensor. I mean, do like I'm probably going to do and take a drill bit and just bore it out just a smidge, because I mean it's really close. But yeah, I'm going to have to take a drill bit and drill that out just a smidge, because it's not quite enough for the upper portion of the map sensor to go in. The bottom part will go in, but the upper part won't. It looks like the bolt hole also doesn't line up. All right. And then let's check this evap. All right, so it looks like we're running into the same issue on the evap with the hole being a little bit too small. Let me check some clearances and see what I can come up with. All right, so I'm not exactly sure what size bit this is. I'll try to figure it out before I post this video and maybe put it here at the bottom of the video. But this bit did fit into the factory throttle body, but it doesn't fit into this. So I'm just gonna see if I can. Again, I'm not taking off a lot of material. All right, now we need to clean these holes out, just to get those shavings out. All right, so I drilled out those holes a little bit, and I did get the sensors on there. You know, maybe you're using an evap block off or something, and you don't even have to worry with the evap, but I'm just showing you with all the factory sensors. But also here on the map sensor, you see that hole doesn't really line up. You could probably take this sleeve out of the map sensor and get the bolt in there, but the way it is right there, the bolt's not going to go in. It just is too far out of alignment. So yeah, it almost looks like it would go in, but if, like I said, I think if you take that sleeve out of the map sensor, it will go in. And then just don't over torque your bolt when you're putting it back in the map sensor. But I got both those sensors on, and it should go onto the manifold now with no issue. All right, so there we have the throttle body pretty much installed. All I got to do now is add the TPS. I just didn't want to take it off my other throttle body because it's got to go on another car. But all this stuff is just bolt off, you know. But yeah, you could use a stock RSX Type S TPS and you'll be good to go. And I also did figure out that the bolt for the map sensor is the correct length to hold this aisle air control valve on. So I'll put the part number for the OEM bolt in the description, and you can pick up 2 of those and they'll work perfect as far as to hold this aisle air control valve on. So yeah, it's just the 4 bolts here with that gasket. Make sure you got your gasket in the proper alignment to where it lines up with the hole that's for the aisle air control valve. And then that's pretty much it. Oh, and just for the record, this is a 7/16 drill bit. 7/16. So if you're balling on a budget and you got a little bit of handyman skills and you can do a little bit of modification, you can really save some dollars by getting this throttle body. You know, if you don't feel comfortable doing the modifications, I probably wouldn't suggest getting this throttle body. You know, it's pretty easy to modify. I mean, literally took me 10 minutes to do it, but you know, it's all about what you feel comfortable doing. So if you feel comfortable doing 10 minutes worth of modification with a drill bit, you know, you can save some good money. So anyways, that's pretty much a wrap up on the install for this. Shout out to Macy from MaXpeedingrods for sending the throttle body over for me to test out. I really appreciate it. Be sure to check out the link in the description if you are interested in this throttle body. It'll be linked there. So you can go over there and pick up that. And I'm also going to put the link for the intake manifold down there as well if you'd like to get one of those. I think it's like 120 bucks or something. So incredible deal for the intake manifold. And also, if you would check out my video up here that shows install on the intake manifold and shows you what little bit of modification I had to do to make that one work. So anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you check out the sponsor, MaXpeedingrods. Also, the code YEET1 works for 15% off for anything on MaXpeedingrods website. They have an incredible selection of stuff on there, from coilovers to turbos, intake manifolds, throttle bodies, traction bars, you name it. You can go over there and probably find it. All right, so, and it's not just Honda stuff too. They have all kinds of other makes and models of stuff over there. So I'm definitely going to be trying out some more of their products in the future, and hopefully we can continue this sponsorship with MaXpeedingrods for a good while. Like I said, I am planning on building a K20 EK hatch, and I wanted to really try to use as many of their products as I can. I'm going to be building on a budget. I'm going to be using a lot of the parts I have here in my shop. What I don't have, I'm going to be trying to get from MaXpeedingrods, so that I want to basically have less than the whole car complete running all-wheel drive for less than basically I have my turbo kit on the Green Dragon. So that's a budget. That's a budget. I don't know if any of you guys watch the channel Blackfield built, but he said he had $6,000 in his car. I want to try to beat that. That's the goal. So anyways, thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe, check out the sponsor. See you on the next one. Peace.